So, good afternoon. This is Freedom TV Liberia. I'm Thomas Kojo Rolak. I'm in conversation with District number 10, independent candidate Anthony Dashward Morgan, who have come to speak to the press about the just ended elections where there are ongoing tallying being done by the National Elections Commission to announce official results. On the 25th of the presidency, as it stands, provisional results have been released by the National Elections Commission, and they are also releasing results for those who have won their respective counties and districts. Good afternoon, Mr. Morgan, and welcome to the media.
Thank you. How are you?
Congratulations for participating in a free, fair, and democratic process, one may say.
Thank you. Thank you.
How was the election, Chief?
Oh, man. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. The elections, personally, I'm not satisfied with the elections without.
Oh, why are you not satisfied? What you saw wrong?
I'll be honest about it. I think we failed ourselves again democratically. I think the people's voice has been lost again. I think we've continued to fail ourselves, especially the NEC. I will say this, and I'm not going to step away from it. NEC failed.
Okay.
Failed our people once again.
How did the NDC fail Liberians?
The process was wrong, 100%. I said this in the past. You cannot see irregularities and then turn a deaf ear and a deaf eye to it and expect to get the results or get what our Constitution says, and it is the voice of the people. You cannot have a district, for example, District 10, where the two candidates, two most incompetent candidates that we have, are now even physically fighting one another, but are the ones who brought in people. Our district's future has been decided by people from outside the district, and the NEC is aware of that and didn't see to say, look, we have to disqualify these two. Even after the elections, these two were the two to go at one another physically, abusing one another, even going into a physical fight with one another. That shows the incompetence, but it's all started with NEC. NEC did not have the honesty, did not have the patriotism, did not display the rule of law and the rule of our Constitution in order to make sure that the people's voice would be heard. You cannot have a district like District 10 that has suffered so long, and then when we're giving an opportunity, we're now being told that that's what our people are saying. This is not the voice of our people. My votes were stolen. I know I can bring to NDC right now at least 4,000 people that voted for us.
What a proof.
4,000. I can bring them physically to say that we voted for this man.
Some of them will say they vote for you.
I don't care. It's their business to make sure that if someone said they voted for someone, they can verify it. The point is this. I have people who were in there and told me about the irregularities. Okay? So you're talking about someone who picks up a vote and says, Yekeh, and just drop it. And don't even give people the chance to verify whether it's not. And then when people voice their opinion about it, people start to argue about it, and then it goes on. There are other things we are not going to go in. My point is this should never have happened. If to begin with, the first thing, the trucking, should never have happened. When you have our people weren't allowed to vote because the trucking people were so many in line, till when the 6 o'clock period showed up, they had to knock our people off. So a lot of our people didn't even vote because the people that were brought into the district. The NEC knows about these problems. They knew about it a long time ago. You have a country where you have all of these people voting, and you're looking at one person and telling them in the whole district, only one person voted for you. It makes no sense. Even if you put a dog out there to go and run an election, they will have more than one person to vote for them. That tells you that there's a problem. It doesn't make sense. Nowhere around the world. This is the only country where there's an election and they say one person voted for you in an entire district or in an entire county. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, absolutely no sense. Why are we allowing this? We're destroying our country. We are destroying our future. We are destroying the future of our children. Why? What is it? Is this a soccer match between two teams? And one person will say, I won, and then the rest of the people suffer? That's what's happening here in Liberia. How are we sitting here going to bed at night and sleeping at night and still believing that it's okay for our people to suffer? Because the NEC has been given a constitutional duty to make sure that every Liberian has the right for their voices to be heard. It did not happen. It says to me, they don't care about what happens to our young boys and girls in this country. It's very appalling. For my district, we are going to still work for our district outside of politics. Yes, we are still going to work. We're still going to make sure young boys and girls go to school in this district. We're still going to make sure that young boys and girls have a computer in their hands in this district. That's what we are going to do. We're still going to make sure they stop going to bed hungry. But what are the other people thinking about? I don't need politics to help me fight for my people in my district. I don't need the job of the representative to do that. But what I need to do is call it for what it is. And we cannot allow incompetence because it marginalizes what we can get into this district. It's hurting our people. This is no fun. This is no more fun. This is real business. This is serious. We must stop it.
With the results now, Yekeh Kolubah is in 14,000 plus, followed by Josephine David 8,000, and you get Yekeh Sekui. What may say? Do you want to concede defeat at this time?
There's no such thing as conceding defeat. I don't even consider me a participant in the elections. You don't take my votes and steal it. They've done that. I'm going to say something today that no one wants to say in this country.
But you accept the process?
Wait, I don't accept the process. I think the process is fraud. I don't worry about that. That's a joke. Now, let me say this to you. I noticed something in this country as well, and we must stop it. Anytime, if you look at the entire election, from Mr. Cummings on down, all of the people who has lived in the diaspora and come home and wants to help, they've been marginalized when it comes to electoral processes. Why? I don't know. Are you afraid of development? Are you afraid of education? Are you afraid of civilization? What is it that you are afraid of? I've heard people in government say these Congo people, these people think they're coming back to take over their country. What nonsense is that? People at the highest level makes that statement. Nobody wants to say that. I'm going to say it. This country is for all of us. We all are indigenous Liberians. We all have a stake. We all owe it to this country to help build this country. How you can look at a man like Alexander Cummings and say that he has only 7 votes in the entire district? It makes absolutely no sense. It's foolishness. It's complete foolishness. It doesn't even make sense. Okay? How you can even look at me in this district and say, oh, he got only 8 votes from this community. Complete foolishness. Complete foolishness. And I can prove it. It's foolishness, but I'm not going to go through that process.
Mr. Morgan,
it's a waste of my time. You know why it's a waste of my time? Let me say this to you. Maybe these people who have been given the power to do certain things or the mandate, maybe they don't realize time is better than money and time carries more value. So the little 100,000 or 200,000 or whatever they're going to give them, let them go and go their sailing way. But the thing they can do for us is at least leave our country for us to decide what's best for the people of this country. And stop selling our country and letting our time waste. That's why I will not waste my time in the courts. I will not waste my time trying to waste my time and argue this out with anyone, because we've passed that place. Where I want us to understand is what is it you can do for your district, irrespective of what they tell you or what they do. We are still going to fight to give our young people an opportunity. That is my goal. That is what I'm trying to do. We are still going to give our young people a chance in this country, in this district. They have a gift, they have a talent, they have an opportunity, they have a purpose. Our future is not going to die because of unscrupulous people. We are going to allow them to act, but we are going to act above that. We will rise above that. We're going to take the high road. We're still going to show them that is love that's going to build Liberia. That is honesty that is going to build Liberia. That is patriotism that is going to build Liberia. That is the respect of our Constitution that's going to build Liberia. We must understand that. It is not about individuals. It is about this country. And that's what we're going to stand for.
Mr. Hawking, you keep alleging of your vote being stolen. by some people, given to them by the National Elections Commission, are you not taking into consideration the betrayal attitude of voters in Liberia?
I'm going to go by what I have as facts, not what people say. You call somebody a betrayer without having, you're using that as a way. If that is the case, then let me ask you something. Why not take into consideration the suffering of the people in this country? Are you saying that betrayal supersedes suffering? If someone's children, people who have children that's not in school, don't have food to eat, don't have a place to stay, you think they're going to betray the positive over a negative? It's not possible. We're humans. We behave according to our environment. We behave according to what's bothering us, what's hurting us. We're humans. That's not possible. I'm dealing with these people. I'm talking to them on a daily basis. We run in this country and say things for people to buy, act like that's the reason for our behavior and the things we do to people in our country. This has nothing to do with betrayal. Let me tell you how it doesn't. You think everybody in this district stood up and said, we're going to do this? When did they have that meeting? It makes no sense whatsoever. And you in this district, you know that. You know for a fact that the people that they are saying are leading in this district did not bring their people from this district. Those people came from the outside. We know it.
Who exactly do you think was
at 3 o'clock in the morning, we set buses and pickups out there unloading human beings from outside of this district. What is that? What is that? And NEC knows about it. The police knows about it. The security apparatus in this country know about it. Did nothing about it. That's their job. That's their job. If you don't want to do your job, don't ask for a job. Don't ask for a job.
When we say some of those people volunteer to come into this district to register to vote,
it's not a matter of you volunteering to come into the district. If you don't live in this district, if you don't have a stake in this district, if there's nothing in this district that is going to bother your life because you don't live here, it's not going to affect your children, it's not going to affect your livelihood, you have no business being in this district to vote.
Are you taking into consideration that people have their family members?
It doesn't matter. You don't live in this district. You don't live in this district. I can't go into another district and tell people what they must do there when I have no stake there because my cousin lives there. My cousin can defend himself or herself.
With the results now coming up with two candidates seems to be in the race, with Yekeh Kolubah popping up seems to be the person who will emerge victorious. Other candidates who participated in the process like you are conceding defeat. What's your stance?
I said to you, I don't consider the whole process. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I say what I'm going to do. I said we are going to work with young people in our district, and we are going to make sure that we help our young people get to where they need to get to. I'm not going to waste my time behind that foolishness. It's foolishness. I'm not going to waste my time on it. People who want to drag themselves into it, that's okay. I'm way past that. My intelligence level is above that. So I'm not going to get caught up in that. Let me give you this. If NEC says Yekeh Kolubah is the winner, then guess what? They can go to bed with him. I don't care.
Some of your colleagues are saying, despite they did not win or they are not putting on the best of results, but they will not accept any other results except that the name Yekeh Kolubah is announced as winner because.
And I said that's their opinion. I don't have anything against Yekeh Kolubah. I'm saying to you, if NEC allowed what happened to happen, then they get the result based on what happened. My thing is this: we had a process that should have been carried out the right way. If it wasn't, and we get the results we're getting, and they allow that result, then it's on them. That's their business. I am not going to get consumed with that. Like I said, it is more about focusing on our young people in this district. So in the future, when we make people and give people positions, they will understand their constitutional rights. They will understand their patriotism to their country. They will understand the sacrifice that they need to make, and they will be educated enough to be able to apply all of those for it to benefit our country. Apparently we don't have that today, and so we must focus on educating our young people. So tomorrow we don't have this same travesty that we're going through in this country today. So if we focus on, who won and who didn't win, it's not going to change anything, at least not today, at least not for the next 6 years. We need to do something else. And for us, we want to work with our young people, give them opportunities so they can become someone so we don't continue to have what we're going through in our country today. So my point I'm trying to make to you is I am not concerned about who wins this district because it doesn't matter. The three people that they're talking about are completely incompetent. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. They cannot. If you look at all of them, None of them said nothing about what they have in terms of the plan of this district. They focused their attention on how they would unduly do whatever it takes to just get power. I am not looking at power. I'm looking at what is going to take to change our country and change our people's lives, change our district, give our young people specifically opportunities to go to school and learn better. That's what we're talking about.
Well, before we take leave of you, do you have anything else to talk about? Probably we didn't ask you about it.
No, I mean you have the questions. We're not going to be concerned. I'm not concerned with the politics of our nation at this point. I think in every aspect of it we failed, and I'm going to say it. We are too caught up in the soccer match mentality. We won, you lost. I'm not. When I say we won, I'm thinking about all of us winning. I'm not talking about me winning and having a new job. That's not what I'm talking about. I pray and hope that as we continue to learn in our country, that this experience will be a part of the process that is going to take us to where we're supposed to be going, and that is to develop this nation. I just hope and pray that our people understand that it's beyond individuals, that it is way beyond individuals, that our country, this is no more fun. And we must stop taking social media as a source of information. Social media in these elections did a lot of wrong, especially the people in the diaspora. They give them information that made people act on. And today we're finding out that that information is not true. It's not right. It's not right. Not at all. Let people find out the truth for themselves. I'm sitting here and I know a lot of things that said on social media is an absolute lie. But we hear it and people run with it. We need to stop using social media. It's called social media for a reason. The term social is put together with media and create that coin, that phrase for a reason. So what I'm saying is this. Let us be more responsible in our thinking. Let us do the right thing when it comes to our country. But let us remember that we owe it to our country, constitutionally and patriotically, to do the right thing. Because at the end of the day, our children must have a future. And that's the only thing, if anything's bothering me right now, is how can we continue to fail our young people in this country? That's the only thing that's really bothering me, that our young people will not have a future if we don't do for this country and our young people what is right. So I say to you, I'm fine, we're okay. But like I say, I will say it once more, I don't care about the results when it comes to this election. It means absolutely nothing to me because it's absolutely fraud. It's fraudulent in every way. In every way, it's completely fraudulent. It makes no sense, and I'm not going to be a participant in that. If I will say anything, I will tell people to just walk away and let them give it to who they want to give it to. What's the point of even arguing it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anthony Dashward Morgan, Representative Kennedy in District number 10. Most of our candidates in the elections that the ongoing targeting process taking place. You are speaking with us on trending national issues. I'm Thomas Kojo Rolak. Have a very pleasant time.